All right, Bass. I just want to give you a little bit of feedback on this Hoy property right here that you put in an offer. So, you put in an offer. You had an ARV of 400. I think you were using the bigger size comps. So, when it comes to townhouses and condos, our square footage on our comp needs to be pretty darn close to our comp properties. Okay. So in this example, looks like I mean, our townhouse was, 1,064 square foot or 1,092 square foot. And you're using this 400 comp right here in this range that are 1,500 square foot. So that wouldn't work very well, right? And if you look at these in like a thumbnail view, you can see that these are a different, really kind of a different property anyways. This is kind of one that we would look at pretty heavily. And you can see that these guys are not even in the same area. They're kind of up here over across the street. So they're a different build. So, and they're bigger. So we really want to make sure our square footage is kind of in that range of what we want to comp. All right, so when we pull that up, it gives us a little bit better view of what we're looking at. So we got this 355, which is one of these tall ones with a garage. Ours does not have a garage. So maybe this 350, that one might be something. It's kind of interesting. They only have one picture. And then, we're kind of in these 320 ranges that are decent. They're not completely fixed up, right? So we know we're going to be a little bit above 320. We're going to be below that 350, 355. We're not quite sure what this is selling at yet. We can assume it's close to list price. It looks like it went on the market for a day. They had no pictures for us to really compare. So maybe we're around that 350 mark, but we're not at that 400, right? We can tell that right away. So that is, I just want to give you some feedback on that. I'm going to shoot a separate video about how I want to change up some of this stuff, and I'm gonna look at um, this particular property as a kind of an example of how we can go about looking at these different. But just want to give you some feedback on Hoy. Just make sure we get the square footage ranges pretty darn close when you're comparing condos and townhouses, and make sure that those are really dialed in. But I'm going to shoot a separate video about us changing these numbers up and giving you a little more leeway on using comps, more recent comps, and I'll get to that here in a second.